Hey, Trip Nation, how you guys doing? I'm just jumping on here. I'm actually in the car going on our way back to Las Vegas. So I'll wait for a few people to jump on before I get started. We have some updates. I want to give everybody what we're doing, where we're at, expectations. Let me see here. Got to get my phone. Okay. Hey, Koyat. Hey, Eros. How you guys doing? How's Canada, buddy? Toronto good? Trying to read some of you guys' comments here. Miami's in the house. Elizabeth, Brasilia. It's been a last. I've been on the road since Wednesday. So we're on our way back to Las Vegas. Been working over the weekend with the tech team and the management, and those are some of the things I want to go over with everybody and get everybody up to date. Hey, Tomas, I see you, brother. Fort Lauderdale,
Washington, D.C.
Washington.
Rodney in Nashville.
Rodney Bush, how you doing, buddy? So let's see, what time is it right now?
103.
So 103. So let's get started here. So a lot of things going on right now. So I'm going to bring you up to speed on operationally what we've done over the weekend, and you'll see it starting to play out over the next day or two. So we've actually taken the company and reshuffled all the executives. So customer service before was broken into two pieces. We had that under Lisa Story for part of it, and then we had part of it under Art Richardson. What we've done, we've consolidated all of the customer service under Lisa and all the tech. What we created with Art and his team and Vincent is really a follow-through product. So when you sign up a restaurant, then the team on Art's side are going to take over the follow-up of contacting the restaurant, making sure the POS system is integrated, or they get their tablet, and all information is going through them to have a better continuity of flow. So they're getting hands-on customer service every restaurant. So that's been implemented. We're going to be working through those issues over the next couple of days, making sure that's all set up. We're bringing more help on customer service. So just know, and what we'll probably do by the end of the week, once we get it all wrapped up, we'll probably send out a little staff chart. You'll see a bigger picture of, the flow and everything, so you guys can understand it. And as leaders, then you'll be able to tell your people, here's how it works. And, currently we don't really focus on the Spanish side, but by the end of the week, it'll be, press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish. So that way we get Spanish speaking people the help they need also. So that's one of the things we worked on over the weekend, and that's going into play. There's some other issues a lot of you are aware of. So one of them is if you ended up getting a consumer app and then you went to the driver app, it was losing all your information. So we fixed part of it, and then part of it that's fixed is the same email addresses, same phone numbers on both apps. One of the things we're doing right now, and I'm probably going to time in on it later today, is also it'll be the same referral codes. So if you end up with a consumer app and then you decide you want to drive, all of that will be interconnected. So you won't lose your people or anything on the referral code, right? So that's important. Another thing on the referral code, because that's, text messaging. So we got sued by some ambulance chaser guy, and it really screwed us up with our carrier. So it's kind of put us on a blackball list. So some of the things that you guys want to do with your referral codes are not going through. So there's a training tonight that Shanna's going to do, which is going to show you how to take your referral code, go to bit.ly.com, copy and paste then your referral code will work, and you can use that. That's an interim fix, and there's nothing we can do about it. And it's probably going to be 4 or 5 weeks before it gets changed over. We have filed, so we have our own short code, which then we don't have to worry about any texting or any of that information or getting shut off by anybody. So that's, unfortunately, because when this guy sued us, it triggers into the carriers that we're spamming, and it kind of screwed us up. So we're not worried about the lawsuit because there's not a ground to stand on. The guy signed up, double opted in, so we have all that documentation. However, it has kind of messed us up with the carriers. So keep that in mind. You go to bit.ly.com, you copy and paste your code, you'll be good to go at that point. It's a temporary workaround, unfortunately, but we will definitely get there. And actually, the guy that helped us sort that out, believe it or not, is L. Walker or Phoenix, and he really, really good guy. If you guys don't get to know him, and if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to him. He's very, very accessible to help. What else do we have that we want to go over? As you can tell, I'm in the car.
You said about the referral codes being the same.
Yeah.
What about driver approvals?
Oh, driver approvals. We're working through them. We have found that we have not been as smooth as we want in the systems flow. So we're looking at that. We spent some time on that over the weekend and what we're going to do to fix that, make it easier, more responsive. I think most of these issues that we're having right now should all be cleared up in the next 2 or 3 days to get people going through. However, I'm pretty sure they approved a couple hundred people over the weekend, and they're diligent working on that now and staffing up. But most of it's process flow, and those things will be adjusted over the next couple of days.
And if they're still having an issue or haven't heard back, they could email Evelyn directly.
Oh, yeah. So Evelyn is taking over all of support. So we're also going to put in one of the problems we're having, and you guys have to understand this. If you get a hold of me, and then you get a hold of Evelyn, and then you get a hold of Courtney or Amy or whatever. So the other day, it turned into a big circular spiral. So somebody got a hold of somebody and they weren't willing to wait. Then they got a hold of somebody else, and it went through 5 people. You tied up 5 people, and all of them were working on the same problem, and not, nobody knew they're all working on the same problem. So you think, like, oh, you're reaching out because you want to get something fixed. It actually delays the process. And if you guys are assigned on a ticket that somebody's looking at your product, I'll assure you they are. Okay. They're looking at the problem. Going after everybody to solve your problem is not going to solve your problem. So you guys got to be patient about this. We're getting there on all the stuff, and most of it's all process. So we think the processes will be in place for most of the stuff in the next day or 2. We're going to have also, so let's go customer service, but it's more tech driven. So we'll escalate it to the next level of tech to see and then if it doesn't get fixed because of whatever reason, then it'll escalate to the top of the tech team to go look at it. So those are some of the things you guys got to help us out with. But, working diligently over the weekend, I've purposely stayed off of a lot of you guys have been communicating with me and sending me information. But like I said, I can't get involved in every aspect of this business because it's just tying me up on the stuff I can't do or I should be doing. So just be aware of that. He says, Pam Tripp, what about the Zoom meeting for restaurants on Wednesday? Need the invite link.
Okay, it's not on Wednesday, it's on Thursday. It's our same Zoom that we use every single time. And it's also going to be on our YouTube live. So YouTube's probably easier for people. So Thursday in English, Friday in Spanish for the restaurant pitch, youtube.com/triprides, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
And that's Shanna doing that, right?
Shanna and Vincent.
Yeah.
And then Oscar and Brasilia Friday.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you're asking for a phone number, a corporate phone number. We
do have a corporate phone
we
number.
do have a corporate phone number, but however, you know what happens when you get 100 people on a phone call? It just burns up a lot of time. It's easier to create a ticket through intercom or whatever to get your information. Call in the phone, and you know what happens? It's just people will get on the phone and they'll be on there 20 minutes and you'll get nothing accomplished. You just tie up people.
Jeff, we got 1,000 subscribers. Congrats.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 1,000, but it wouldn't let me on. So
I
I'm on the
still
laptop
couldn't-
right
yeah.
now. So I'm trying to figure that out. But so those are the things we're working on, and we'll start getting some results this week. The only thing left on both apps is the integration of the referral code being the same referral code on both apps. That way you won't lose your information. So that's in the hopper. I just got off with Lisa. They're going to have an answer for me, when that gets fixed tonight or tomorrow.
Tell them there's going to be an update. So if they don't have their automatic updates
Yeah.
on.
So yesterday and the day before, there a lot of people were, hey, my app doesn't work. And they were like just blowing up the phone. And as it turned out, they didn't have their updates going. So you've got to put on your updates. And let me walk you through this. So in the case of Google Play Store, Android app, you need to go to Google Play. What you need to do is go Google it. How do I update my app, right? And it'll tell you specifically how to do that. You do not update your app on your phone for Android. You have to go to Google Play Store. It's different for Apple. Apple, you can update on your phone. Under your settings, you go through and you turn it on, and you can put it on always and automatically update. So you have to know that. We're going to be making, like over the weekend, we did an Android update. We did a iOS update. Came through yesterday. We filed that on Friday. So it took, basically 2.5 days. So Apple usually takes a little longer because their process is different to get approval on. It's in Android, usually within first 2 or 3 hours that we send it, we get approval. So, but there's going to be more updates coming this week as we start to fix more of these things. For example, what I was talking about, the referral codes and all that kind of stuff. So those are updates to the system that we're working through.
Tonight, Dane, it's at 5 p.m. Pacific. All week, it's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for the training tonight with Shanna and Vincent. And then tomorrow night will be in Spanish, same training. And then Thursday will be in the English for the restaurants. And you can just send restaurants. It's basically Shanna's going to be doing the pitch for you. And we'll have the recording up there. We're going to do this once a month for this special restaurant pitch, or you just learn how to do the pitch from Shanna, but she's going to be doing the pitch for you.
So I'm looking at Mara that she says the app is not visible on the Play Store.
Because none of you have been leaving reviews. The way that they post those apps, it goes based on reviews. So the last time, I haven't been in there, but the last time I was in the Apple Store, I think we had 5 reviews. We're not going to be in the top spot until people start leaving reviews.
This is probably Google Play. It says Play Store.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. If you guys want, you have to be a participant. We can't go write our own reviews individually.
I did. I left
well, no,
review.
but I mean, like you have so many people in the company. We need hundreds of reviews, and it's up to you guys. You guys, I keep telling you, the speed of the company growth is up to you. We're going to fix all these little things we're finding out in the next day or so. And then, there's no reason we can't, start bringing on thousands of people a day or whatever it might be. I hear you, Meredith. No, you can't
Meredith,
find it at all.
Go to tripdelivers.com and scroll to the bottom, and all the links are there. Yeah.
So instead of going to the Play Store, go to the website and you'll see all the links and just click on them. We're also doing, because our email list is extensive, but it was never it was set up properly, but there was some questions about some things when we fired off 100 and some thousand emails. So it put us also on a blacklist on the ability to distribute. So we've kind of got that figured out. We went back to our carrier. So they want us to do a warm up. So it starts today, I think.
Today.
So, and this again, it's up to you guys.
You have to open it.
Yeah, you have to open the email that you get. So if you open it, it helps the company. If you don't open it, then our email service is going to not be great, and then it'll go into spam, and then we'll get spam listed again. So it's up to you guys. We can't click on the link that says, "Hey, I just opened my email." So it's going to go out, today only 100 emails are going to go out, tomorrow 200, 300, 400. And every week over the next 10 days, there's going to be emails going out, throughout the system. And you guys need to, tell people, hey, go click on this and make it active so it gets in everybody's inbox. These are critical tools for us to communicate. Once we get, our short code on texting, we won't have any texting issues at all. We could send out 100,000 text messages and they'll all get to everybody. But right now, because of the problem we had, it won't. So we've had to go file for a short code. But that's also, like I said, a 5-week program to get up and running. Let me see. What would we be reviewing? The app is functional until we have drivers in restaurants.
You're right, Mike. Chicken or the egg. So just sit there and wait.
Yeah, if you want to wait, you can do that. I guess that's a strategy.
Yeah.
Trip delivers in the Play Store. She has to type in Trip delivers in the Play Store and come up with it, not just Trip.
So
yeah,
so Trip of people you're going to be sharing the app with.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be just going to. I mean, how many apps? Ask yourself this question. Do you ever just go to the app store and browse and try to find? You don't. Somebody tells you about it. Somebody shares it with you. You're sitting right next to somebody and you airdrop it or something. So the majority of people are not going to be just going in there typing in Trip delivers in the app store.
Yeah, and Trip delivers in the app stores both is one word. So if you put Trip with a, not even a dash, but just separation, you won't find it more than likely. The easiest way to find it is right off the website.
Yeah, or type in Trip delivers, one word.
Yeah, it's very easy.
How can I be notified through YouTube that you're coming on? You have to turn on your notifications on your phone, Gerald.
Yeah, if you turn on your notifications, then when we go live, you'll be hit automatically on your phone that I'm online. And as I said, I'll be using this more and more this week. Last couple of days, I've been focused really on getting the structure inside the company so people understand in the company how it's going to work. And then as we start to roll it out this week, you'll see it. It should smooth things down and get things more robust for us because of the way we'll bring on restaurants and follow through and all those kinds of things with Vincent and Art. It should make it a lot smoother. Shanna's moved over out of the customer service side of the business. She's now over on the training side of the business, which is under Vincent, and she's working on a whole bunch of stuff right now. New presentations. Oscar is working on the Hispanic market with us, along with Brasilia, and they're a great team, and we're getting some very positive feedback on their presentations, and we'll get just better with this, as we go along. And we're going to be looking for new material. We're going to be creating basically a educational academy website. So all of the information will be in one website, and we're started working on that sometime this week. Vincent's very involved in that. He's very, very, very big on education and training. So it's kind of, he's taken that part over as an initiative. So my guess is going to be 10 days before it's up, but that will have everything in one location for all the trainings for. You can go back and look at videos. You can go forward. You can find out a lot of information on that website. Let's say either on the phone or the web.
Right, yeah, they're talking about sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meredith, you do click on the notifications. That's if you're on YouTube. But then if you're on like an iPhone, you have to go to your settings. And you have to go down to YouTube so that make sure that you get notified on your phone. I'm sure that the Android's the same thing. So just because you turn it on YouTube doesn't mean it will notify you unless you have it turned on your device. So you have to know how to work your device.
Yeah, and somebody just asked status of verbs about ready to go. We have not, and I keep saying this, every week. It's not a priority with us right now. What the priority is getting everything smoothed out, getting the referral codes right, getting some of these other small technical issues out of the way. There's people working on Verb, and it'll come online when it comes on, probably in the next, like I said. Once we focus on it, it won't take long because all the build out is done on it. But I don't want to take tech people off the other things that are more important to get smoothed out, which is the background search, getting through the process. You're going to be getting automated emails, not you, or unless you haven't signed up yet and been cleared to drive. You'll be getting automatic emails that'll say, oh, hey, you didn't put this in. You didn't put that document. You got to go back through and put that document in before. So all of that is being hooked up. Hopefully that'll be ready to go tomorrow sometime. So we're going to go back to, a lot of people that missed on putting some of their documentation in, or the picture didn't come out. There's a whole number of things, but it'll all be there. Also, it says, when are we getting advertising? We're going to start advertising once we get rolling here. We don't want to, shoot advertising dollars out there until we get on a roll, because it doesn't make sense. You'll just throw money away.
I'm about to activate a restaurant here in Bethlehem. They have 2 others in Boston.
Mhm.
First activation, I'm really green at Trip Delivers, totally excited about sales. Who should I communicate with?
That's the whole reason we just set up the new side of the business. So I would say I would reach out to Art at tripdelivers.com and give them that information, because they're just setting all that up now. There'll be a defined process probably by tomorrow, exactly what to do. But yeah, when you bring them on board, we'll get noticed internally. Then they'll take over on the follow-up on the POS integration. They'll take over on getting the tablet or anything that restaurant may need to get operational.
Another person's asking for the phone number. They're saying that the restaurants are asking for it. So I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Is it a 702 number?
It could be.
Is that the number?
No, that's not the right number.
Okay.
We'll get that number dialed in this afternoon. We'll send. We'll post it on Facebook and our social media, so you have the number. I'll get that done literally as soon as I get off this call.
When will we learn which integration partners Trip is using?
When you say,
I think they mean for POS.
There's like 15 different POS integrations we'll do. So there's Toast, there's a whole bunch. You don't need to worry about that. You just need to make sure when you sign somebody up, what POS system they're using, then we know what to integrate with them.
And if we can't, then we send them a tablet.
Right. So if we have no integration at all, then we send them a tablet. Okay.
That's it.
That's about all I've got for right now. Tomorrow I'll jump back on with updates. I was hoping I could use my phone, so we had to stop, and I couldn't use my phone, even though it says I have 1,000. They changed the rules, but they said I was authorized, and it didn't work. So that's why I stopped, because I have to use this.
One more question. You're going to love this one.
Okay.
Get ready.
Okay.
Mike Jones is in Maryland. How many driver's restaurants are needed to open up?
Yeah. We're laughing because we get that a lot, and it just depends.
I'm not laughing at you, Mike. I'm laughing with you.
Because it all
depends
on the market. So if you have a restaurant market like Houston or Dallas or any of the kind of normal size, Atlanta, they have 8,000 to 10,000 restaurants. We'd like to get 10% of the market. So if there's 8,000, that'd be 800 restaurants we'd like to open and build from there. But it's not contingent on opening having 800. And I tried to explain this, and then actually somebody said, "Hey, what do you mean by a hockey stick?" So a hockey stick is just the curve that goes up. So if we see 200-300, restaurants being signed up, and it looks like it's going to continue to grow fast, we'll open that market right away. We just have to have drivers in the market too. So it's kind of one foot on the brake, one on the gas. But if rule of thumb is about 10% of the market would be terrific for us. I think we're going to do better because our business model is so solid. And a lot of these guys, they're still charging 20, 30, 40% markups and all the other stuff that's going on. I don't think any of that's going to change anytime soon. So we should have a pretty good runway to go in these markets and lighting up restaurants and the groceries and all the other stuff we're doing. And then working with Vincent, he's got some pretty creative things he wants to do. So it's a matter of us just getting together and working through some of these other issues as we start to roll out.
One more thing. Badass Mindset has wrote this a couple times. So carriers like T-Mobile will eventually block Bitly links as well. So he's recommending, if you are technically inclined, buy a cheap domain and you can point your referral link from there. But yeah, we know. It's just kind of a workaround. We're trying to help people right now until we can get the cell thing worked out,
Yeah, Mike, I know everybody's ready to go. So are we. It's just it's the last bit of stuff that we got to get resolved, like the referral codes. We got to make sure that referral codes are attached to the people that have the apps. What happened was the app, if you got on the consumer app and then you signed up as a driver, because the phone numbers weren't linked and the emails weren't linked and the referral code's not linked, the consumer app would get dropped. And if you put people on it as refers, you wouldn't even find them because it's going to a different bucket. By doing this, it'll solve that problem. So nobody is going to lose anything.
So you said people are anxious. Anxious and excited in your brain are the same emotion.
Yeah.
So we're excited too.
Yeah, believe me, we're fired up. And we haven't stopped working. I've had the whole team working over the weekend. And they want to work. They want to get this right, but there's like new things that we find, but we're very, very close. Most of the stuff will get resolved. If I sign up 50 restaurants and 250 drivers, what's that?
Will that suffice? That sounds good,
Mike. If you can do that, you'll be a superhero.
And you might win the $25,000.
Well, not a piece of the 25.
Oh, piece of it.
Yeah. Okay. So the other thing is, I put a stock option plan together through the rest of this year for everybody. And it's all based on, sharing your app, sign up restaurants. And just so you know, I was very aggressive on the number of options you guys could earn.
I said it was too much.
Yeah. So, and I like being aggressive about that. That document's in the back office. So I got to, make sure you guys look for that. And it runs through the rest of this year till the end of 2020. And it's really aggressive. I mean, if you go to work, you probably get 5, 6, 7,000 options very easily instead of 1,000. And I did that by design. And then once this promotion's over by the end of the year, then we'll come out next year with a new one that'll probably run for, maybe the whole year. So as you're working, you're really accumulating, your options and stuff.
Where is the leaderboard? We're not posting that.
Yeah, we're not posting leaderboard because we have no leaders yet. Soon as we see activity in the signups, then that's what the leaderboard's about. If you go back there, you can read what it does. I would, if I was you guys, I'd just be worried about, hey, I got to go out here and sign up some restaurants.
Okay, Share the Wealth is asking about the stock options in the back office. Have you done your driver approval yet and signed up for your monthly? Because that's when it should show. And if you do all that and it still doesn't show, that's when you contact support.
So here's a bit of bad information that I got, and I was telling everybody, here's how the back office worked, and I was 100% wrong because I was told it worked that way. I've since clarified that. So the way it works is all the legacy people are in the database. Everybody that's a legacy, we've gone through and verified through actual payments. So it wasn't a guess. We had some people that were missing. We put them in the database. It will not show that you're a legacy or an influencer until you actually go through the approval process, get approved to be a driver, and you pick your plan. Then you get charged $1. That activation at $1 triggers your back office, and you'll see that you're a legacy or whatever you might be at that point. So I was wrong about that information. I just got clarification on that over the weekend. And I've clarified it with other people.
But it makes sense because you wouldn't be getting paid as a legacy unless you're signed up on a monthly plan.
Yeah.
So that's the whole logic behind it. We just weren't told. So now that we understand the way it's set up, and that's also the reason with stock options. So
right.
Yeah.
So I hope that clarifies that.
How can we be sure that our code works when it's not the same as the link generated? Meaning I don't see the words of my code in the link. So I said the referral code is automatically populated when you share. But if you want to be on the safe side, you can also say, hey, here's my link. Follow the link. This is my referral code. So if somebody gets there, they'll see it auto-populated. They'll make sure they can let you know. Let me know it was in there.
Yeah.
But you can use that referral code if you're on social media and you're trying to start promoting. That way you don't, because you're not going to be able to give your link to everybody. That's the whole reason. There's just somebody goes to Trip Delivers, downloads the app, and you sent your link, your referral code. They can put it in. So that's why you got to tell everybody your referral code.
All right. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, so we've been on for 30 minutes. I'll get back on tomorrow. I'll post in the morning what time, probably later in the afternoon.
Oh, wait, Koyette has a question. question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that the case for influencers too? What we just said about legacy. I would assume so.
Yeah, it works off the same functions, Koyat.
But Koya, you're a driver already. Why is yours not showing?
She answered.
I don't know.
It should be doing that. If it's not, when I get off this call, I'll
Yeah,
check with
send
Art,
us- Yeah.
you know, and find out exactly what it is. And then we'll start posting up information on, you know, our Facebook and social media. I'll get that phone number for a dial-in for the restaurants. So we'll have a dedicated person on that.
Koyet, I'm going to send you a text. I see what you just wrote.
Yeah.
I'll text you.
Okay. All right, everybody. I got to get on the road, so I get back to Vegas. It's been a you know, a couple, 3-4 days here in LA, taking care of business. I met with Oscar and a bunch of people and some other leaders. So we're just getting ready to crack this open.
As soon as there's a vaccine, we're going to do something really exciting.
Yes.
Come and visit all you guys.
Yeah, we have a plan. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be fun. We'll start turning this as we start to build the company together. We'll start having some fun with it. Believe me. All right, everybody. Listen, take care. Thank you for jumping on, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Thank you. Oops.